Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. What we're hearing right now is downright exciting. The Atlanta Falcons are apparently in the mix for a big-time defensive upgrade, and the buzz is that they might be trading for Dax Hill, the young and explosive safety from the Cincinnati Bengals. And let me tell you, if this move goes down, and everything points to it being pretty close to a certainty, it could be a game-changer for the Falcons' defense and their entire season outlook. It's not every day you get a chance to add a player with Hill's speed, versatility, and playmaking ability, especially at a position where Atlanta has been looking to bolster their coverage and create more turnovers. Sources close to the negotiations are suggesting that the Falcons are willing to send a first-round pick in the 2026 draft to Cincinnati in exchange for Hill. Now, this isn't confirmed officially, and the Bengals are still in a rebuild mode after finishing 6-11 last season. But the word is that they're contemplating moving on from Hill to free up cap space and focus on their rebuild. Cincinnati has reportedly freed up around $6 million in cap room by releasing some offensive line help, but they're also pretty cautious about their salary commitments, especially with their uncertainties around Joe Burrow's health after missing 3 games last season. Meanwhile, the Falcons are sitting on about $15 million in cap space, which gives them some flexibility. They're looking to add speed and coverage ability to their secondary, a unit that struggled early last season, giving up 220 yards per game through the air and allowing big plays that kept opposing offenses alive. Adding Dax Hill, who's just 25, would be a huge boost. He's known as a bolt of lightning in the secondary, with the kind of agility and range that can turn the tide of a game. His profile shows a guy with 72 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 10 pass deflections last season, playing at a PFF coverage grade of 88.2, which puts him in the top tier among safeties. His career stats include 142 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 18 pass deflections, with no serious injuries aside from a minor Week 5 contusion last year. What makes Hill even more intriguing is his speed, a 4.4-second 40-yard dash, making him one of the faster safeties in the league. His agility grade is +1. 5 compared to some of the other safeties the Falcons face, and he's projected to reduce passing completions by about 55% when targeted. That kind of coverage ability, coupled with his speed and instincts, can help Atlanta limit big plays, force turnovers, and elevate the entire secondary. Think about it, with Hill's addition, the Falcons could see their interception totals jump by around 5, and their allowance of medium-range passes drop by about 10%. This would make their defense not just better, but more aggressive, more opportunistic. Now, let's take a moment to analyze the strategic fit. Moving Hill to Atlanta makes a lot of sense from a team-building perspective. Cincinnati is focusing on their cap and youth, and Hill fits right into their plan as a young, versatile player who can be part of their future core, especially if they're aiming for a rebuild after last year's disappointing record. For the Falcons, this isn't just about a single player. It's about boosting a secondary that's been giving up some big plays early in games, especially against mobile and elusive receivers. Hill's ability to cover the slot and deep safety roles means Atlanta can be more flexible with their defensive schemes, mixing zone and man looks with confidence. Adding Hill isn't just about improving coverage, it's about creating a domino effect. His presence allows the Falcons to generate more turnovers, which can significantly influence their win-loss record. If Hill's projections hold true, we could see an increase of around 7 additional takeaways over the season, which would translate into more scoring opportunities and better field position for the offense. And with Desmond Ridder at quarterback, who's still developing but has shown promise, having a defense that can create extra possessions could be just what the team needs to push for a playoff spot and even contend in the NFC South. But let's not forget the bigger picture here. The NFC South is wide open. The Saints, Panthers, and Buccaneers all have their question marks, but if Atlanta can add a talent like Hill, they immediately become a top contender in the division. The Falcons' defense was already trending upwards last year under coordinator Dean Pease, especially in the second half of the season. If they can lock down a playmaker like Hill, that secondary becomes a real strength, not just a weakness. And with the added speed and coverage ability, the Falcons could turn some of those close losses into wins, especially against divisional rivals where every play counts. Now, looking ahead, what does this mean for the Falcons' overall strategy? Well, with a move like this, they're signaling that they're all in on winning now. They're not just building for the future, they want to compete right away. The addition of Hill, combined with the possibility of bolstering the pass rush or further strengthening the offensive line, shows that Atlanta's front office is serious about making a splash this season. The team's recent draft picks and free agent signings have set the stage for a competitive squad, and acquiring Hill could be the final piece that puts them over the top. Let's talk about the potential impact on the team's roster. If the Falcons manage to land Hill, they'll have a dynamic safety who can play multiple roles. His speed allows him to cover deep routes, but he's also effective in blitz packages and in run support. His versatility means Atlanta can deploy him in different schemes based on the opponent, giving defensive coordinator Dean Pease more options to confuse and disrupt offenses. Plus, Hill's ability to match up against speedy receivers and tight ends makes him an ideal fit for the modern NFL, where versatility and athleticism are everything. From a fan perspective, this move would energize the fan base. Dax Hill is known as an exciting player to watch, a true game changer with the kind of playmaking ability that can swing momentum. Imagine the atmosphere at Mercedes-Benz Stadium if Hill makes a game-changing interception or a clutch pass breakup. His speed and agility could turn the tide in crucial moments, and Falcons fans love players who bring that kind of energy and intensity. It's the kind of move that not only improves the roster, but also boosts the morale and confidence of the entire team. And on a broader scale, this move aligns with the Falcons' ongoing efforts to rebuild and retool a defense that has shown flashes of potential but lacked consistency. A player like Hill could be the catalyst for a more aggressive, ball-hawking style of defense that the team has been aiming for. It's about creating a culture where turnovers are celebrated and big plays happen more frequently. This could also help with the development of younger players, providing them with a role model and a defender with NFL experience and proven production. Now, of course, all of this hinges on the trade actually happening and the negotiations going smoothly. The Bengals are reportedly holding out for a first-round pick, which is a hefty price, but for a player of Hill's caliber, it might be worth it. The Falcons have the assets and the cap space to make this work, especially if they see Hill as a long-term piece that can help them contend for years to come. The deadline for trades approaching in early November makes this an exciting development to watch, and if it comes to fruition, it could be one of the defining moves of the Falcons' offseason. So in summary, a potential trade for Dax Hill would be a bold statement from Atlanta. It would bring a dynamic, versatile safety into the fold, elevate the secondary, and reinforce the team's commitment to winning now. The Bengals might be giving up a promising young talent, but for the Falcons, this is a chance to accelerate their rebuild and get closer to that Super Bowl they've been chasing for so long. The impact on the NFC South could be massive, and fans should be watching closely because this move could redefine the Falcons' season and perhaps even set the tone for the future of the franchise. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Hill is the missing piece that can take this team to new heights? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Let's keep this energy going and keep pushing forward because the 2024 season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. The Falcons are on the rise, and with a little bit of luck and some smart moves, maybe this is the year we finally see our team back in the Super Bowl spotlight. Stay passionate, stay loud, and let's go Falcons.